Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. We're here to explore a critical and urgent topic: global strategies to end violence against women. Together, we'll delve into how understanding this issue, addressing its root causes, and fostering international cooperation can drive effective prevention efforts. This presentation will highlight the power of collective action in creating safer environments for women worldwide. Let's begin this important conversation. Violence against women is a widespread and deeply rooted human rights violation that affects millions across the globe. It threatens the basic rights of women to live free from abuse and discrimination, eroding their dignity and safety. Given the scale and severity of this crisis, it's clear that urgent and coordinated global action is essential. We need to raise awareness and work together to eliminate all forms of violence, making sure women everywhere are protected and have access to justice. When we talk about violence against women, it's important to understand the different forms it can take. First, physical violence involves acts that cause bodily harm. This includes hitting, slapping, or any form of physical assault. Next, sexual violence covers forced or coerced sexual acts, where consent is absent or overridden. Psychological violence, while not always visible, is just as damaging and includes emotional abuse, intimidation, and coercion that can undermine a woman's self-worth and mental health. Lastly, economic violence refers to controlling a woman's access to financial resources, restricting her independence and ability to support herself. Recognizing these types helps us better identify and address the problem in all its dimensions. Here we can see a clear comparison of the prevalence of violence against women across different regions worldwide. Asia has the highest reported rate, with 40% of women affected. Oceania and Africa follow closely, with 35% and 33% respectively. In the Americas, about 30% of women are impacted, while Europe shows the lowest prevalence at 25%. These numbers highlight the widespread nature of this issue, emphasizing that violence against women is a global challenge, not confined to any single region. Understanding these statistics is crucial for targeting support and interventions where they are most needed. Violence against women can lead to a wide range of devastating physical injuries, from bruises and cuts to more severe, life-threatening wounds. Beyond the physical harm, it also takes a serious toll on mental health, often resulting in conditions like depression, anxiety, and PTSD. Economically, survivors frequently face job loss, reduced income, and financial dependency, which can make escaping abusive situations even harder. Tragically, violence also increases mortality rates, particularly in cases of intimate partner violence and sexual assault. Altogether, these physical, mental, and economic consequences profoundly affect survivors, significantly reducing their quality of life and overall long-term well-being. When we look at the broader impact of violence against women, it's clear that the effects go far beyond the individual. This kind of violence undermines social cohesion, making communities less connected and cooperative, and it hinders overall economic development. Financially, the consequences are significant as well. The costs include increased health care expenses for treating injuries and trauma, burdens on the legal system due to prosecutions and support services, and lost productivity when victims are unable to work. At the community level, this translates into slower growth and greater inequality, as resources are diverted and opportunities become unevenly distributed. Perhaps most importantly, violence creates a vicious cycle, reinforcing poverty and discrimination and making it harder for affected communities to break free and thrive. These ripple effects show why addressing violence against women is critical not just for individuals, but for society as a whole. When we talk about the importance of global solidarity, it's clear that no single nation can eliminate violence against women on its own. This problem is too widespread and complex for any country to tackle in isolation. That's why working together across borders is essential. Global solidarity allows countries to share knowledge, pool resources, and coordinate strategies. When we combine our efforts, the impact is much greater than working individually. This collective approach helps ensure that successful methods and valuable resources reach more people and places. Finally, when countries join forces, it strengthens each nation's ability to respond effectively. Collaboration accelerates progress, making it possible to move faster and achieve more significant results at every level in the fight to end violence against women. Together, we can create meaningful change that no country could accomplish alone. When we look at the international level, there are crucial frameworks that support action against violence towards women. First, we have key agreements like the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, or CEDAW, which is a fundamental international treaty aimed at promoting women's rights. Another important one is the Istanbul Convention, which specifically focuses on preventing and combating violence against women and domestic violence. These agreements do more than set standards, they provide the legal and policy foundations necessary to address violence against women effectively. They create a basis for governments to take concrete action. Importantly, these international frameworks also serve as a roadmap for countries. They guide the development of laws, policies, and programs designed to protect women and prevent violence. This guidance ensures that efforts are consistent and effective across different contexts, helping to bring about meaningful change worldwide. Here, we see how successful global initiatives and partnerships play a crucial role in tackling violence and supporting survivors. First, coordinated regional efforts focus on increasing survivor support services, ensuring that those affected receive the help they need. Then, multilateral partnerships bring together different countries and organizations to promote education and legal reforms, creating a stronger framework for change. Finally, global campaigns work to raise awareness and challenge harmful social norms that perpetuate violence. Together, these efforts highlight the importance of collaboration and ongoing dedication to making a real difference in empowering survivors and reducing violence worldwide. When we look at the challenges hindering progress in combating violence against women, several key barriers stand out. First, deeply ingrained cultural norms often tolerate or even justify violence, making it difficult to change attitudes and behaviors. Then, there's the issue of weak enforcement of existing laws. While laws may be in place, they are not always effectively implemented or upheld. Additionally, inadequate funding and resources limit the capacity of programs and services designed to support survivors and prevent violence. Lastly, limited political will means that violence against women isn't always prioritized by policymakers, which slows down meaningful action and reform. These barriers together create a complex environment that we must address to make significant progress. To strengthen global solidarity in combating violence against women, it's crucial to enhance cross-border collaboration. By improving international cooperation and sharing data more effectively, we can create a more unified and informed response. Another key point is increasing dedicated funding. When we allocate more resources specifically for prevention and response efforts, it empowers initiatives around the world to be more impactful. Education and awareness also play a vital role. By improving programs that raise knowledge and understanding globally, we can help prevent violence before it occurs. Lastly, it's important to focus on survivor-centered services. Ensuring these services are accessible and tailored to the needs of survivors makes support more effective and inclusive, helping victims on their path to healing. Ending violence against women is not something any one group can achieve alone. It requires active engagement from everyone. Individuals, organizations, and governments all have a part to play. Every stakeholder has distinct responsibilities, whether it's advocating for equality, providing support to survivors, or pushing for meaningful policy changes. Central to this effort is the commitment to advocate for equality, because without addressing the root causes, progress will be limited. Ultimately, it's through collective responsibility and a shared commitment that we can create real, transformative change on a global scale. Together, we can make a difference.